think that you could get on the internet and try and slander me, like, that shit is running me so hot. Because this shit really made me mad. Like, this shit truly pissed me off. So, this happened in March. Well, he choked me the first time in March. And then he did the second time April 20th. My baby was 3-4 months old. So when I was 9 months pregnant, it all, started when he would act like trying to instill fear in me at first. So that happened. I've been beat before by previous ex-boyfriends, so I figured to him, he would never do that to me. So finally, after I gave birth 4 months later, he got in my face because we went in an argument. He said, I can take my baby wherever the fuck I want to take my baby. Shit like that. So I was like, no, you can't. So then he got in my face, and I'm talking, when somebody's trying to fight you and they in your face like this? That's how he was in my face. So when he got in my face, I had my baby in my hand, I slapped him. When I slapped him, he choked me. I called the police that day, but I decided not to press any charges because I'm the one that slapped him. But he got in my face. So I'm just like, at this point, he's been scaring me since I've been 9 months pregnant. So I was just like over it at that point when I slapped him. So the second time he put his hands on me, this time it was way worse than the first time. The second time he put his hands on me, I was already kind of disgusted by the first time that he choked me. So one day I dropped my baby off at his mom's house. He was there. I specifically dropped him off at his mom's house because I trusted his mom and I wanted to pick my baby up from his mom's house. So my baby daddy was like, what are you doing? Trying to call me, trying to get in contact with me. I wasn't picking up the phone. So then when I didn't pick up the phone, he got tired of me not answering. Oh my God, that's what I'm finna do, turn off the comments because y'all motherfuckers are distracting me. How do I turn off the comments? Girl, it's whatever. So, oof, Lord. How do I turn the comments off? I don't give a fuck if he's in the live. I don't give a fuck if he's watching. He's the one that decided to go on live, talk shit, so now I'm gonna talk shit. But anyways, so earlier that day, he got tired of me not answering the phone, blah, blah, blah. He got angry at that fact, so he called his friend. It was about like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at this point. He called his friend to come and pick him up. My baby daddy maliciously took the baby all the way to Dallas. I was coming from Dallas to Fort Worth, and my baby was dropped off in Fort Worth with his grandma. So when he was dropped off in Fort Worth with his grandma, he decided to call his friend, pick him up, him and the baby. He took the baby because I wasn't answering him. So he takes the baby to Dallas. I'm all the way from Dallas. I come back to Fort Worth. I'm gonna have to make a U-turn to get my son. So I'm on my way to go get my son. And I finally get there to the apartment. I tell him to let me in the garage. He lets me in the garage. I can't stop shaking. I have hella anxiety right now. So he lets me in the garage. I go in the apartment door. I'm knocking on the door and I can hear him through the door like, oh, now she answers me. Now she answers me. Saying shit like that. So he lets me in the door, acts like nothing's wrong. I reach for my baby's car seat, and he's like, I got it, I can take him to the car. So I let him take the baby to the car. At this point, I have no energy to argue with him, to fight with him. I have no energy. So he's angry. He's extremely angry. He's mad. He wants to engage in a conversation with me, but he's being really hostile. And so I was blocking him out. I wasn't trying to hear it. So he's steady asking me, what's wrong? What the fuck's wrong with you? You know, just like pissed off. And I'm telling him, get out of my car. The whole time, this nigga is trying to engage with me, trying to see what the fuck. I'm telling her to get out my car. Telling him to get out my car. So after the 50th time of me telling him to get out my car, the whole time he's talking to me, I'm not hearing shit. I'm telling him to get the fuck out of my car. Get out my car. Get out my car. Get out my car. Saying the same thing. I get pissed off. It's already 10:30, 11 o'clock. My 4-month-old son is awake. My baby should be asleep. You out here playing with me, taking this baby here and there because you're mad that I'm not answering you. So, I'm telling him to get out my car. He doesn't get out my car. So I push him, telling him to get the fuck out of my car. I'm getting angry now. You're not listening to me. I'm telling you to get the fuck out of my car. You're not getting the fuck out of my car. So once I do that, he just blacked the fuck out and he punched me in my head. And my head hit the window. So at that point, I'm screaming, I'm crying. I'm still saying the same words, get out of my car. And he doesn't get out my car. He sits there for a minute and I'm screaming. I'm telling him I hate him and I want him to get the fuck out of my car. He doesn't get out of my car. He actually goes and chokes me. And I'm fighting him back while he's choking me. And I'm screaming, I'm crying, still telling him to get the fuck out my car the whole time. Let me turn off the comments. There we go. So the whole time I'm telling him get the fuck out my car, he's still not getting out my car. At this point, I'm screaming, I'm causing a scene. I'm in the garage. We're in a public parking garage. He's looking around and he's like, damn, you're causing a scene. He didn't say, damn, you're causing a scene. I remember him saying it under his breath, you're causing a scene. So once that happened, not only did he choke me and then punched me, he goes and chokes me again. And not only does he choke me again, but he chokes me even harder. So hard to where I stop screaming. So you just cut my circulation. You're choking me so hard to where I can't scream anymore. So at this point, I'm like, damn. This nigga, he did that shit a third time. He put his hands on me a third time. So I remember him when he choked me the second time. He was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. I remember him in my ear saying that shit. And I was so surprised because he wasn't like that in the beginning. He never put his hands on me until I gave birth. So after the second time, he finally strangled me. Somewhere in between there, he took my keys out my ignition. And then somewhere in between there, he tried to act like he's gonna take the baby back. So he tries to act like he goes in the back of my car to get Exodus. He pushes me off. But yeah, so after he chokes me the second time, I'm screaming, still get out of my car. He just gets up and gets out. So after he gets up and gets out, he leaves. Exodus was silent the whole entire time. I was crying my ass off. I didn't know what to do. This was the second time he actually put his hands on me. You know, I would think that he really learned the first time, that I thought he was actually genuinely sorry, but he wasn't. And I already knew that. I already know this type of guy. Like, I've been through shit like this. Once they hit you one time and you don't do anything about it, you don't call the cops, you don't do anything, they're gonna do it again. And he did it again. And now, you know, he went to jail, all of that. He's out on bond. He's not supposed to be talking to me. But for a minute, I was letting him talk to me because for the sake of our son, we have a son together. So it's hard, you know. But I'm to a point where, like, if we can't get along, I don't want to do this. So that's it. Like, I just wanted to tell y'all what the fuck happened. You know, why I don't fuck with my baby daddy, why I don't talk to him, why all of a sudden I pop out with this new nigga. Like, I've been not fucking with him. And the only reason why I even tried a little bit was because he was the father of my son. But this shit's so fucking messy. Like, I hate shit like this. I don't like to project my whole life on Instagram, but honestly, I already posted my nigga. Might as well just put everything on a motherfucking platter. I want to let y'all know, like, if you're going through some shit like this, girl,